Thank you for watching me review SpyFu's Google Ads template. A little bit about my aim is first is to share PPC tools and services that help me generate leads for service-based businesses. And the second part is, while I am testing out new tools and services that I sign up for, I want to provide my experience and feedback so that you guys might learn from it. As I believe that as professional search engine marketers, we not only should show our results, but share best practices with the community composed of search engine marketing professionals. Why? Ensuring that our clients' advertising on Google are treated the best. Right now, just in the US, there are over 31 million small businesses and only 7 million advertisers use Google Ads PPC. The links to both of the sources is below the description. Now, how do I judge pay-per-click tools and services? I have an ultimate goal, and that is, can it help me or guide me in increasing unique conversions? And will it help me to lower the cost per acquisition as much as feasible? In this video, I'm going to provide you with my opinion and feedbacks as I use SpyFu's Google Ad template. And just a bit of warning, this video is not going to be in-depth or what I would use the end product in a production environment. If there is interest, let me know and I can do additional videos to get SpyFu's Google Ad templates ready to launch. The template that I'm going to use and review is called windshield repair. We'll see that on the next screen. As you've been listening to me talk in the background, SpyFu makes a big claim to get you up and running in 5 minutes. Now, the purpose of this video is I'm going to test this claim with my understanding of good practices when it comes to PPC Google Ads search. Hope you enjoy this video. Okay, let's begin now. So first, I'm going to choose template or click on the button that says choose a template. Okay, so this is the next screen that we are brought to. So in the search template by industry, as you can see, there's a lot of templates from any different one, but the one that we're going to test out is called windshield repair. And so I'm going to click on the button to continue to download. So now you should have your spreadsheet downloaded, and then you're brought back to this screen. So the next part, we're going to open up our Google Ads editor and then load that Excel sheet in there, and then we'll start from there. Okay, so right now I'm in the downloads folder and I've downloaded the spreadsheet. And so what I found for myself, the best way to do this, now there's multiple different ways. So the way that worked for me is if I highlight this, it just, I can click into here and then do Control A and then Control C for copying. So now that I've copied all of that data from SpyFu's Google Ads template, I'm going to go into my own Google Ads editor, account, and import, and I'm going to do from paste from text. Now you could do Control-Shift-I, which is much more faster. So once you do that, you got this pop-up box. So now what you're going to do is go all the way to the left and all the way to the top, and then the first cell you're going to do Control V. That's just paste. And now the bulk action that we want to do is add or update. So I'm going to hit process. Now this screen tells us what happened. So it said it added 1 campaign, 62 ad groups, 363 keywords, and 124 expanded text ads. Now I have an issue with the expanded text ads because Google has announced that, I believe it's second quarter of next year, 2022, they're going to discontinue expanded text ads where you cannot create them or edit them. So just a year away, and SpyFu has not provided responsive search ad, RSAs. So I'm going to click on Finish and Review Changes. Now we're back at the main console, and here the review changes. It highlights, was it proposed, unposted match, was there a conflict, the recommended updates, and when recommendations expire. So as you can see, these are all blue, so these are all being proposed, and everything right now is paused. So for now, we are going to keep these changes, and that will be our ends time in the Google Ads editor. But before that, we're going to post and then go back to the Google Ads UI. And then another box letting you know whether you just want to post that one campaign or all campaigns. And right now it's just going to be the one campaign that was created from the template, and then press post. Once everything is done, you'll get all greens at everything. One campaign, the number of keywords, these are the total, and these are how many succeeded. So we're going to close off of this and go back into Google, the graphical user interface. Okay, so we're going to start at the campaign level that was set up by using that template, and let's click into it. Okay, so one thing I like is multiple ad groups. Okay, wonderful. So now next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the ads. Okay, so there's 124 ads here, and again, these are all expanded text. So all of these ads are going to be deprecated sometimes in June of 2022. So just organize these ads by the ads column, and then, using the same terminologies and over, just variations. So let's click into one of these ads. And again, you'll see that message that I was talking about, June 30th, 2022, no longer able to create or edit expanded text ads, which these are. Okay, so it gives us headline 1, 2. So you got to come up with your own headline 3. Then, the path, the description, and then description 2. Of course, then you have to use your own tracking template to set this up. So here in the tracking templates, I use Improvely, which is a click fraud detection tool, costs $29 a month, and it does a decent job. Okay, scrolling down, of course, you need to build out your site extension for this campaign. And then, this already has some, but yeah, call out extension, call extensions. I've not tried this image extension. I don't think it will benefit my client as they're not selling a product, but a service. So let's click into more extensions. And then, whatever that you need to fill out that you think is going to help with your ad, you can. And now I'm going to click cancel just to cancel out of this. And yes, leave. So now we're back at the ads. I'm sure the rest of them are probably set up the same way. So let's just go into another one. Again, you got to enter in your own headline and customize these. Yep. Yeah. And again, with all the site link extension call ads, these really do help with your conversions. And again, I'm going to click cancel. So one thing's for sure, you're not going to be able to get this up in 5 minutes. So, okay. Now let's see if they built any extension for us. Nope. So you got to build all these extensions yourself. Of course, the data in these will be populated once you're using your actual landing page. So let's go into keywords. Okay, so using a lot of exact match, being very conservative with the keywords, okay, and using cost per click, enhanced. It's assuming that you do not have any conversions set up, which this template probably assumes so, because a lot of people do not use conversion tracking to track their calls or the forms that they get from Google Ads. So if you don't have that built and you build a template with those capabilities, then it's not going to work out of the box. There's keyword tools that you can use that are external to Google Ads and even or Google Ads Keyword Planner to see what the volume on these searches are where you live. I'm sure as time goes on, you're going to be replacing and updating and modifying the keywords that suits you your account the best in terms of getting the most conversions at the price that you're happy with. Okay, moving on. Negative keywords. So, okay, no negative keywords provided. Of course, that's one thing that you're going to be constantly growing. Some of my accounts have over 1,000 negative keywords that have been accumulated over the years. So it's really, really important. Negative keywords, negative keywords. I'm sure 90% of you who are watching this understand that and take it to heart. Okay, so the search term, we're not going to have any data in here. That's because that's what the users, if this campaign is live for a few days, a few weeks, we'll get search terms that were used by actual searchers are on google.com, or if you're advertising on third party through Google on there as well. As time goes on, you'll get audiences metrics in here, and you got to set it up with your analytics. Go into demographics. he has all this set of gender, combination of both, exclusions, and for some of these, the age, gender, and household income, you can filter through or exclude them. So for instance, you wanted to exclude the female gender from this ad campaign, just click it, edit, exclude from ad group. Same thing goes with age and household income. Okay, let's now go into the campaign settings. So this is the campaign's setting. Okay, so this is the name. You can change the name. This is pause, start. And again, this is the goal that you want to select. And sales, even though lead generation is you're not selling a product that has a value associated with it. It's still better for sales. I've tested it, and sales tends to perform better. And that's because, if you click on sell, it says consumers are ready to act. Leads, you want to attract them to your business. Website traffic, for lead generation, you never should choose this. So in my opinion, sales is a good option. So then you would click save to save that. And then here is where you can decide you only want to search on google.com or include their search partners, which includes, a lot, many hundreds of different search engines that you've probably never heard of. Okay, I would caution on one thing. If you're using search, the search partners, you want to have a really good negative keyword list built up to prevent people from clicking on your ads that have nothing to do with what you are providing to the market. Okay, so the country, of course, you want to get this as, for service businesses, I usually have them set up to have a shop that requires you to come in, 10 to 15 miles radius from their office or their shop, and then really use exclusion, to exclude searches. So I really recommend some time to pinpointing, where you want to focus your ads. So for example, for that limo-based company where you could be anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country, and if you're planning on visiting Dallas and need a limo, you can find their ads, go to their website, call them, and make a reservation. So for example, if I had a client that had a shop where people need to come into that shop, I would do people in or regularly in your targeted location. So again, 10 to 15 mile radius, versus where you can accept reservations, appointments from anywhere in the country. Then this makes more sense targeted. But again, you want to narrow this down to your location, to the area that you service. Now, for the excluded locations, once you have your list built up, I like this option. It's more expanded versus people that are there. I don't want people calling about those excluded locations. The location extension is really important because you could either spend a lot of money on good quality leads or spend a lot of money on people who need your service, but for somewhere else, and that's, you don't want to get that call, and then, oh, you're in another state. Okay, so those might happen, but you don't want it having it happen regularly. Okay, moving on to, so any change that you make, of course, you want to save it. So, yep, you can choose all languages or just English or whatever language. I mean, there's a few hundred. So, yeah, so all the main languages here that you can choose from. So for your budget, is how much you want to spend on your day. The bidding is the type of bidding strategy you want to use. My favorite bid, once a client has enough data, is the maximum maximum conversion with target share impression. And this, for some reason, does not have that. So let's see if we can maximum conversion and set target cost per acquisition. And then, you can set that to, I would say, start off just a little bit higher than what you're willing to pay, and then over time optimize work on your account, on your landing page, to get this lower. But initially, you don't even want to start with maximum conversion. Initially, you probably want to just start with CPC, manual CPC, and then see how the market is performing, how your ads are performing, and then adjust as necessary. Okay, so start and end dates. Of course, is you want to choose this and additional settings. Those could be added as needed. Okay, so I think settings is done for the most part. Keywords, again, when I click on, I want to come back to this negative keywords. For each industries, there are well-known industries negative keywords that they could have included, keyword lists. So there's some stuff missing that you don't want to go live without having them added to this template. And so when I clicked on more, we get these other options, locations, your excluded locations. And of course, these are going to build over time. And then, your schedules, are they running 24/7, which for lead generation clients, I do not recommend. I recommend you turning them on when you are ready to answer phones and talk to customers and give them quotes and take their reservations and set up appointments. Yeah, and then again, these are different areas that you can adjust your bidding, like on your device, computer, mobile phone versus tablets. And then even calls, if you prefer to get calls, you can pay more. You can let Google know that you're willing to pay more to get calls. I feel like this template was 25% ready. 25% is being really, really generous with my feedback, and I'd say 20%, it's okay. It does give you some keywords ideas and some text ideas, but you really have to put in a lot of effort and work and thought to make this a viable live campaign. And what I mean by that is people calling you about your services. And then, of course, you have to integrate and set up the conversion integration with this from scratch, from the beginning. So, which I personally recommend, you should never ever run Google ad campaigns without conversion tracking set up. And in fact, even when you have them set up, Initially, you should start cautiously to make sure that everything's working as it should. And then once you know everything is working as it should, then that's when you want to scale. Wow, this took longer than I thought this review would take. I really thought this would be a 5 to 7 minute review of SpyFu's Google Ads template. Yeah, so 25%, it's okay. Their claim that they had on their front page of get up and running in 5 minutes, yeah, I don't think that's true. At least I don't think so. The amount of work that I think that needs to go in to make this successful is way more than that. And for me, I have a different philosophy. I don't charge by the hour, so it really doesn't matter how long it takes. It's the price is the same. The key is what you're building, making sure that it works. And so I think they left that part out, and of course this is a template. Could have been better, in my opinion. Yes, it could have been a lot better. However, is it something? I guess it is something to start with. Now, granted, I've not checked out the other templates, so I can't really tell if they're of the same quality as the one that we just reviewed. Hey, have a good day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.